Thank you so much. It's always interesting listening to the vision bearer, and let's not take these things for granted. Let's not take these things for granted. Some of us, we might not understand until 10 years from now. Just like what the CEO has said, private equity is all there is. One thing you need to know is that you seldom get the opportunity. Where is the opportunity? You don't get the opportunity. Where is it? I can tell us now, today, that lots of startups are coming up with their private equity, but are you aware of it? Is anybody telling you? Nobody is telling you. That does not mean it's not happening. Tomorrow, another one will be bettered. The next day, that's how it does. Every virtual day that passes, every day that passes, something is happening. But are you aware? Are you getting the information? This is not about you're always online or these things are the way they are. Just like what we're doing here. It's not everybody that will hear about this private equity. The next thing they will see is a boom. Laslas is everywhere. They say, come, when did this start? So I like to lay emphasis first on the profile of Laslas. The profile. And if you look at a business, right? You look at a business with thick lens, you should be able to understand clearly the indices that are playing out. You should be able to understand clearly how things are being put together. But if you stay afar and you're looking at the business, you might not be able to get so much. You might not be able to glean as much as. Now, I want to specifically thank everybody in this call. This is a huge sacrifice, a very huge sacrifice. So we're going to take it to the next level. The next level is, as we're betting everything that we will use as an arsenal for the Laslas business, what we must know is that from you, there will be thousands of persons. There will be millions of persons that will greatly be feasted in what we're doing. And if you're not able to bet that number, at some point, you might have yourself to blame. So there's the equity, yes. Then there's another thing about selling that equity. So what is the profile? What is the business profile of Laslas? We want to really, really dissect this subject so that you understand it, so that when you talk to people, when you talk to somebody, when you talk to your colleague, you are passing the right message. We will say this time without end that nobody is doing anything about network marketing in Laslas. Nobody. I repeat, nobody. And again, not as if network marketing is a bad subject. It's not a bad subject. Network marketing is what it is. The use of networks, whatever you want to call it, to promote a business instead of going to advertise the business. That's what network marketing is. The use of partners to advertise a business. But in our heads now, we are tied in with too many things that we need to eject. We need to forcefully eject those things. And that's why it's as though we're looking, what is happening? CEO said it, a lot is happening. The private equity window will soon be shut. And then you begin to look. Just like what the Bible says, you look, but you look not. You are seeing, but you are not grasping anything. What is happening? Time has passed. That window has passed. It has passed. This is the time for us to lay structure. Lay the structure. Right? I have a friend. The first Money Point POS terminal I bought, when they came on the stream, the very first one I bought, that guy is counting in millions as we speak today. When Money Point came, they looked for agents to market their terminals. That guy was dishing out a minimum of, if I can recall very well, 20 terminals a day. 20. I bought my box for 38,000 naira, my money points box, 38. It was 42, but he gave me 38. There was something I did for him. 38,000 naira. Today, all of those boxes, as you are transacting, as he's doing transaction, commissions are getting to him. Now, why do we need to understand these things? Money Point, they are not selling terminals again. Right? They are not selling terminals the way they did at the inception. But that does not mean you cannot get. Now, the truth remains that some of these things are for limited time. They're for limited time. So I will take you through a journey for 5 minutes and I will bring you back. Please just sit, be very, very attentive, listen, and be sure that you follow, because at the end of the journey, 5 minutes journey, at the end of that journey, we'll begin to interact. We'll begin to understand what it is that all of us had grasped from what we will see. So let me share my screen. Please let me know when my screen is being up. Can anybody see my screen?
Yeah, it's visible.
Yes. You can see.
Okay, fine. Okay, fine.
Yes,
So let's start then.
Yes!
Again.
Yes!
For the last time.
Yes!
Thank you so much. I want somebody to just tell us in less than a minute what he or she understood from this video. In less than a minute. You don't need to overthink. Just hit it. What is it that you understand from this video? Anybody? And I hope it
Good
played
evening,
well at our
everybody.
end. Yeah, good evening, Rema.
From my own perspective, I think the guy is on an idea stage, trying to bring up something into reality, and he's still trying to try the idea to see if it will work or not. So that was why he was trying over and over again to see what comes out of it. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Very, very good submission. Very, very good submission. He, at the beginning, there was no end in sight. So he tried out something, but he has the idea, the vision. He knows that if I do this thing, I can achieve this at the end. So he kept trying it. And each time he tossed the ball, the particular place the ball will land that is empty, he puts another bouncer there, a rebouncer. So that was how he did until finally he was able to cap that ball in that small cup. There's a whole lot of learning for all of us in this column, just from this video. It simply means that you cannot get it when you quit. There's no way you will get it. And you cannot get it if you are not improving. So my question to us is that, are we improving? Are we improving? We have had several sessions. We know what we'll be doing. We know the persons that will be taking them. We know the Laslas model. Are we improving? In some of our sessions, we said you need to identify your strength. You also need to identify your weakness. If you're not doing these things, you'll be left out. You'll be left behind. There's no two ways. I like sharing my slogan. You have to be seen. Yes? You have to be heard. And you also have to be counted. Three things. You can be seen, but you're not heard. Nobody is hearing you. Nobody knows you, but they are seeing you. You can also be seen and be heard, but you're not counted. So these three things must work out for you. And how will it work out? It will only work out when you keep improving. You have to. There's no substitute. So having made this video clear and having passed the message in a broad sense of it, I'll be very fast with the business profile. The intent is, in profiling a subject, in profiling a business, there are certain things that we must understand that constitute that business. There are certain things that makes up that business. So that when you go out, when you're talking, you will talk boldly. And you will also be able to share and tell people clearly what it is that the business is all about. It's not just to go and you tell somebody or you share and you're not saying anything. See, we're spending hours on this, hours on end for now to make sure that we pass this message. So for us, it's a deal that we have decided that we must pull across. We must take it to your doorstep. And I like hitting it hard. I like making it very, very like a packaged distribution. I want to make it like a packaged distribution so that you'll understand word for word, and you'll also understand how these things will happen. You also understand how you can also make it happen. If you have been privy to this vision, you will keep seeing it, and you will always be seeing it. It cannot go out of our radar. We're not saying we want to be the leading. The leading is Herculean. Even the big guns now cannot say they want to be the leading. It's always to be a leading. We want to be among the leading. So in terms of what we do, we want to be amongst the leading Pan-African unified payment infrastructure. Infrastructure, like we have said before, it's a combination of everything, soft, hard, and people. So anytime you see that, just know that this is what we're saying. And that's why we're always here to do what we're doing, looking after our people, taking care of them. We cannot do this without you. So that is what the vision is. And how do we intend to do this? Definitely, as of today, there are lots of technologies that can guarantee payment solutions. Some of these technologies are fast evolving. Some of them we have not used. If you go to countries like Luxembourg and all the Scandinavian countries and Norway, Sweden, all of those kind of countries, you'll be amazed. Those countries have almost zero crime rate. Zero crime rate. I don't think you will see anything like what's it called? Debit card, or this is our credit card. I don't think you see anything like that there. They have really, really advanced. And by way of trying to even let us know, those countries are using 6G. Some of them are using 7G as we speak. 7th generation of broadband internet subscription. That's what they are using. And many a times when we keep these things in front of us, we want to tell us clearly as much as we can that our mission is to deliver an inclusive, meaning something that will be very, very embracing, something that we can do even without any of the hardwares. It's a tall journey. It's a place that, just like with that video you saw, we'll keep doing it. We'll keep navigating. And the way we're doing these things, we'll ensure we navigate and we land on the shore. If we are not getting it, we'll repan. And that's what it takes. So we are simply a fintech-based service company. a service payment and fintech company, there's so many algorithms to it. There's so many arrangements. There's so many, what's it called again? There's so many permutations that you can apply to this. Simply put, we're just trying to limit these things by giving us few words so that we can as well tell this boldly when we keep engaging. A service payment and fintech company, straight on. And we've been around since November 2023. This is how long we have been. And in all clarity and with all sense of honor, we want to salute everybody in this call. We want to also salute all of the persons that you have also embraced into this connect. You have also brought into this business. Every person that you are talking to, we want to still salute them because we believe one day they will definitely be bettered in Laslas. So as we keep doing this, we want to believe that no sooner than later, everything that we're seeing and hearing will begin to crystallize physically. And I want to believe again that some of us in this call, in this connect, will begin to savor the gains of being in Laslas from July. Most of us will be thinking, this thing, how can it happen? Will it happen? You will see it happen. You will see it happen. So don't sit there and begin to do the excessive thinking. How? How is a good question, right? For some of us, when we ask how, we are asking how because we are also going to give some solutions, not just to ask how and just relent. Because if you ask how and you're not profiling solutions, it means you are almost like a doubting Thomas. But when you ask how, it should also come back to you and say, yes, how? I think if we do it like this, it will work. So that is what we're doing here by coming together to practically put these things together and understand that there's always a how. Those of us that joined earlier, you heard the CEO. Somebody is investing in private equity. That's the business he does. And when you want to ask, how will he be making his money? You don't know. The simple truth is that that man is now a professional. And he has a network now of different sources that he can always get information when these private equities are available. Me and you, how are we going to get this information? If we had not heard about Laslas now, we will still be doing what we're doing. But Laslas has started offering private equity. So the plan for us is to cover Africa. We also heard again, Africa is underserved. In the coming weeks, you will see it when we begin to reel out our portfolio. You will see that Africa is greatly underserved, greatly. And in most of the mainstream media, Africa is tagged the emerging markets. The CNN, Al Jazeera, the CBX, the Fox, everywhere, Africa, the emerging market. So are you positioned for that market? The model we run is simple. We run a business-to-business model. We engage businesses. We can also engage directly with the consumers, right? So this is kind of model we run. How are we doing this with business to business? We are offering early equity now, right? We're also offering partnership. So in any way that you want to start, you buckle up and join the bandwagon. Join the train. Our market is vast. The telecom sector, agency banking, digital marketplace, and cross-border remittances. We have always said that the remittances, it's all of the monies that our brothers and sisters in abroad, foreign countries are trying to repatriate down to Nigeria or to their various other countries. That's remittance. And no single entity, no single business entity, no single organization can consummate that product line. It's so massive. Massive. There's a whole lot in that space. So this is what we're about. And in trying to understand the profile again, we'll just quickly take you through a roadmap. The roadmap is a digested version of what we have been carrying. And that roadmap is simple. This is our plan for the next 5 years. 1 year is out of it, right? 2025. So we're in 2026. But we still want to keep this in view. Because for those of us that were here when we branded this for the first time, you could attest that things are changing. And that's how it will until before long you see that everything will turn green. We had been saying it. We had been saying it. These things will turn green. Now, you only have yourself to blame if you're not plugging in, or if you will not plug in because of your asking how. The only thing that is on your head is how. How? We said the other day that there are over 1,020 something microfinance banks in Nigeria, and we have an arrow there pointing to microfinance bank. Your own now in your heart. The next thing you're asking is how. Is it not the ma we're seeing and hearing, or the God in Asuko? That's the only thing in your head now is how. Open your Google now and check. Type how many microfinance banks in Nigeria. You see over 1,000. How many microfinance banks do we have in your location where you stay? So one thing that you must understand is that the regulators, the CBN, the NDIC, and all of the stakeholders around financial transactions and the financial sector, they have made life so easy for people to venture into this business. When I mean life so easy is that you can dream about it. At least it's easy if you can dream about it. But there are stiff regulations because you cannot be playing with people's money. Before, nobody dares what we're doing. Nobody dares it. One of the lines that CBN brought in is this neo-banking. You can actually start a bank. You don't need to build structures everywhere. Neo-banking is digital banking. What we have here is digital banking. This is what you see here. Where my mouse is digital banking. That's why it is pointing out to microfinance bank. So you see how all of these things will turn green. The modules, one by one, they will turn green. And all of the embodiments of it will be served to you. Right? It will be served. So this is what it is that we're saying. And that is how you clearly distill out this product. You can just take this and sell. You can just take this and tell somebody, you need to buy equity now. This is where we're going. If the person is so conversant with all of the fintech apps available, he or she would understand, okay, yes, I see it. Okay, how much is it? How much is this? Start your journey. So this is what we have, and we believe that, as the legend has said, that is what will happen. And most of them will even turn green earlier than we have postulated, because you're seeing it happen. You're seeing it happen. One of them that we certainly believe will metamorphose, at least in the nearest 2 to 3 years, is the microfinance bank. That will definitely come on stream through the agency banking. And that's why we need to populate this agency banking area. And that's where we are now. Right? That's where we are. So the Laslas app is heavily loaded. In anticipation of it, this is what it will look like. So I move on to what we have as products. You already know them, right? We have the agency banking. It speaks to the data, e-bills, airtime, and everything we're doing currently, and much more. Then we have insurance. Some of us have procured insurance. Some of us have not. We're now on the other side asking plenty questions, right? We have medical, life, and business. You're now asking plenty questions. How? I beg, I don't need insurance. Plenty things. You begin to calculate over process information. Look, there's an advantage if your business gets an insurance. If your business gets an insurance, major suppliers will start dealing with you because they know that if anything happens to your business, insurance will cover. That's a secret. And the insurance sections have been trying hard to ensure that these informations are distilled to all of us. So please don't miss those sessions. Anytime you see the insurance schedule, attend it. It's for your own good. We didn't start well as a people, but now we're beginning to understand why we need insurance. Same thing with cooperative, right? Now, the last smart also will also distill out what she has. Are you prepared for the last smart? You're asking yourself when, how, plenty questions. Get ready, right? Get ready. For some of us, I believe we should begin to now plot our strategy. Don't allow it to come and consummate you before you begin to think. Plan ahead. Be proactive. Begin to look at stores that can be onboarded on the last mat. Begin to get yourself ready because it will get to that time. Same thing with the last gist, where we want to bring up everybody that is in the ecosystem together. And then we'll begin to see how we can make life better for us. Knowledge sharing, content monetization, all of these things will happen. I hope we're still remembering the video we watched. That is how these things will be done. The end in sight, you cannot pin it, but you know you're going somewhere. Right? So we have asset management through tokenized estates, partnership, and equity ownership. So all of these are what we offer as our product and services. In the sessions that we'll be distilling, various schedules will come and they will clearly unbox these things. They will be unboxed, and so that you as an individual, you know what you're dealing with firsthand. Now, how are we different? That's value proposition. How are we different? We're different. Some of you can testify, right? We're different. In the broad-based profit sharing window, we're different. And that connects you to the affiliate system where you get bonuses. And we still want to maintain. Those bonuses are still there, right? You are the one not pulling these things together again. Everything is still there. We want people to brace up and own the mantle, own the business, direct their pace. Don't be led with negativity. Don't be led with distraction. Nothing has changed as such. That's the gospel truth. We're in operate phase as a business, right? We're in operate phase, and a whole lot will go down to ensure that this business lives up to its billing. We cannot wake up one morning and begin to hear stories that will touch the heart. So Laslas has remodeled herself so that you as an individual, all you need to do is that understand that this is for longevity. This is for the longer. This has to stay beyond you. You need to hand over this thing to your children. Yes. You need to hand over your username and password to them. That's what we're building. And by the time it gets to that era, you will be amazed how liquid you will become. So agency banking is also part of what we want to come up with in line with trying to be a bit different from what had been, right? The idea of running software as a service is simple. All of the different hardwares and all of the different boxes, most of those things that you are used to now will become a thing of the past. As a matter of fact, as soon as Laslas is launched, you begin to see how these things will unveil. So we're telling you firsthand now so that as people that will first answer the call, these are the ways we're different. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 are the different ways that we offer services. Again, in profiling a business, you must also know some of the numbers. If we ask you, how much did Coca-Cola make last year? You might not know because you're not following up. Some of us might know because probably we had seen it or we stumbled into it. But there's no how Coca-Cola will run their profile without telling you those things. That's a profile. A profile is a brief summary of the business or of an individual. Very brief summary, but you must bring out those things that matters. And data is one of those things that matters. You must have to see it. So we're proud to tell everybody in this call that in the past 24 months plus of the existence of Laslas, we are very particular about the 4 Ps. Our purpose, product, and services are people and the process we run. These are the 4 Ps for us. Of course, we know the purpose. This is what is driving us. We want to democratize enterprise ownership. That's the driver. but it's a limited driver. It's not going to last for long, right? Once the threshold is reached, our purpose will be on break. It will be on break, a temporary break, until maybe if there's another review. And of course, there will be, because once you get to the, there's never end in sight in going up. I mean, nobody has gotten to the point where you cannot go for up again. You keep going further. The sky does not have any ceiling. So when we hit the first threshold, we'll take a break, we'll pause, we'll recalibrate, and we'll shoot it up again. Now, for the products and services, this is what we have. You are seeing it clearly. And I like to distill the numbers to us. Our premium partnership. Yes, our premium partnership has rolled in over 60 million. Yes, in cool cash. That is to tell you that people are picking up partnership. I don't know what you're doubting. I don't know what it is you are contending with. What it simply means is that what we're selling, people are liking it, people are enjoying it. If you have anything that probably will contend with how you feel, it is just you. But in any case, we can engage. Yes, we can engage, because innovation is not a sole proprietary. You cannot own innovation all by yourself. So we're glad to say that we have reeled out over 60 million, and people have parted with that money. Say, yes, we want to be partners with you. We like what you're doing. And more are still doing the same. Now, for airtime and data, over 46 million, right, has been transacted in 2.5 years going. 46 million. Now, investment, people have put in over 50 million in terms of investment. We want to support you with this. We want to buy equity, we want to take early equity. Anywhere we go, we are proud to bring these numbers. And we're doing it because in the next 6 months, in the next 1 year, you will see it. And we'll tell you clearly it will change and it must change. By then, you will say, I know them when they were doing 10 million. We'll begin to show you graph. So for people and people, we look at the premium partners we have. So these are all there is for the people, how we categorize them. For investors, partners, train-the-trainer sessions, back office training, and the people empowerment. These are all people-centric. And we have put in over 24 hours of concise education to investors. For partners, over 48 hours, we have put in. What we're doing now is counted too. By the time we begin to go to the Q1 2026 business performance, all of these figures will change. Because by then we'll update them. The hours we're spending here will also be included in these numbers. So that's how you get to see the changes. For train the trainer, same 24, back office 24. Now, for empowerment of the people, our people that we love so much, we have empowered them with over 39 million. And that's why we believe some of you are still expecting more, and some of you are also doing more. But just like an Oliver Twist, we want more, right? We want more. Even those people that are up there, they want more. If you see the figures for what the fintech is pulling, right? If you see those figures currently now, you'll be amazed. They've not been able to collate 2025 data. What you will see in most quarters is Q1, maybe Q2 2025. Only the Q1 will blow your rooftop. Just Q1 of 2025 will blow your rooftop. And I believe most of us still have some reckoning of what we shared in 2024 as against last year. Now, you will begin to see what the 2025 looks like, so that you understand clearly that you are the only one limiting yourself. Now, for the business process, this is trying to also bring out those elements of our plan. We just looked at it. 6 of them have turned green. They are functional. 4 in amber, 4 in purple, 2 in red. And as we're telling you, all of these things will change without notice, without warning. That's how it is. So let's now close by looking at the ecosystem of Laslas. Remember, we're running a profile. They can say the profile usually used by Secret Service or most of these corporate organizations. Run a profile on him, run a profile on that company. There's just a short summary. And this short summary, sometimes it helps so that you will be equipped going into the business portfolio. That's the reason why we must have this profile. The business portfolio is like a session that takes everything together. But profile, we just pick one or two out and we just discuss it. And that's why we believe it should be impactful. So for the Laslas ecosystem, what you're seeing is just a kind of representation of what will happen to you as an individual when you want to take up the Laslas journey. So that you know that it is rich in content. First of all, you find your way in as a retail user. These are the free users. Free users. I mean, in your Money Points app, you're a free user. I hope you know that. In your OPay, you're a free user. In your PAMPay, you're a free user. Fair Money, all of them that you have downloaded, you are a retail user. They can just be, maybe once in a while, they say they give you 100 naira for cashback. But I can tell us that there are people feeding fat from everything that is happening on those platforms daily. If you understand what I've just said, you would think deep about what Laslas has given you as an opportunity. If you understand what I've just said, you will not rest until you get your questions answered. That's your OPay in your phone. You are a free user. Yes, you're a retail user. You go and load your data there. You go and do your airtime. Well done. Oh. Well done. You go to your bank app. Well done. Oh. Nobody is contending with you. It's your own right. But how about when you take up a journey on Laslas and decide to partake of what Laslas has to offer by picking up a premium partnership, even if it is the 20,000, the starter pack? You pick it up and say, okay, let me see what is in Laslas. Laslas is the way, is Laslas. All of us in this connect, I believe if you really engage with people as you go out every day, right? You must hear somebody mention Laslas. You must hear it. Today I heard 3 people mention it too. I just laughed. I didn't disclose my identity, but I just laughed. Because when I will hit hard. You see that word, Laslas, that's what it is. Laslas, take up a premium partnership. 20K. Pick it up. It's a premium account. Now you build it. Now, what is it that Laslas has to offer? You are seeing them. You are seeing the ecosystem. It's fully loaded. You cannot have enough of it. Just start the journey. Move in any direction you want. Why this had to be so is to tell you that the graduates, the way it is graduated, it's so that you will be having a good feel of each of them. You have the insurance, you have the cooperative, you have the last month. And even if we decide to rearrange these graduates, that means the way they are graduated, that's why I'm calling it graduates. Even though we decide to rearrange them, equity for us is key. We cannot do without telling you that you need to take up equity. So wherever you are, whatever you're doing, just keep moving, right? Don't deter, don't get discouraged. Pick up the 50K, the elevation. Discuss with the investors relation. These things are doable. People are doing it. Keep moving. And before long, where is your destination? Your destination is at the equity. You want to get to that level where you can boldly say, yes, I have 250 equity for a start. And even when you get that, don't stop there. Don't stop there. I hope you know that after 250, there's 1,000, there's 500, there's 1,000. Now, we have made it so simple in such a way that These things are difficult for us to actually aggregate in terms of collation. But for now, we're going through the pains just for you. Otherwise, what it is that is available is straight on. But one thing leads to another, right? The books cannot lie. The books cannot lie. So whatever it is that you want to do, you have to make hay. You have to be fast about it. Work your way to equity and become a shareholder. That's where you can now relax. Apart from giving your children your username and password for them to flex what you have at your account, your partnership levels, you also have equity. That when bonuses are ripe, bonuses will be paid to you. Has nothing to do with your premium account. These are bonuses that the business has said, yes, we have made some profit. Let's share with our investors. I don't know whether you know things like that happen. Coca-Cola declared profit. I'm afraid to call the figures. I'm scared. Are they sharing that profit with me and you? We're not investors in Coca-Cola. I didn't invest. Did you invest? Did you invest? They'll share their profit with their investors. So it looks like it's painful now. I don't know why we're over processing some things. In 3 months, I believe everybody in this call, if you are not in the partnership level, the 100K package, you are just delaying yourself for nothing. Because what the 100K can do for you now might be different tomorrow. And that's the reason why savings is not even a good thing, because inflation will eat up your interest. So work your way to equity. Get that partnership right and be glad you did. So I want to close by addressing the Laslas partners in this session. All of us that have picked up a level of partnership, I want to address you. This is an address to you. And those of us that have not picked, please, you have to pick your partnership tonight. You have to pick your partnership tonight. Now, every single person that is a partner here, I want to address you. Not shareholders. I'm not addressing shareholders, partners. Shareholders will address you, but this is for partners. Now, your business, what you have now on your phone, is your own startup. I don't know what you're thinking about it. I don't know what you're doing about it, but you can see what Laslas is doing about her own startup. You cannot do it alone. I don't know how you still think you can do it alone. Businesses that thrive are not done by one person. They are not done by one person. It's going to be difficult to get a winning team, but go all out and get one. That's what you need. So that we don't get these issues of non-conformance. People thinking that Laslas is whatever in their head, whatever they are thinking, and not what it should be. This is your own startup. Take it as a startup. Go to ideation phase. How do we make this work? We have all the materials. We have all we need. We can engage. We know them. We have their phone numbers. Go to ideation phase. Wherever you're staying, Lagos, Abuja, Enugu, Owerri, you must have to do this. So that when the roll calls are called, when the name calling will start, you like to be in that number. You have to be in that number. So do that. So that at the point where the benefits will begin to roll, that time you will not be lacking. I don't want to believe any of us will end up at 250 units of equity. No. That's not you. I don't want to believe any of us will end up with 100 units of equity. What are you still watching? What are you still waiting for? You have 100 units of equity. By the time the rolls will be called, you will bite your finger or your thumb. What have you done to yourself? And you begin to remember all the Guinness you drank with the money. You begin to remember all the goat meat pepper soup you drank with the money. These are realities. So please, I'm intentionally doing this. My design now is to make us very, very uncomfortable, so that when we want to take question and answer, you have questions to ask. Thank you so much. Prof, you can take the mic.
Hello, director, please. Marketing director.
Okay, good evening, gentlemen and ladies. Operation, thank you very much for a seamless and well-articulated delivery. Gentlemen and ladies, so much has been said tonight. It was Warren Buffett that said, making money is a habit, making money is an action. He says saving money is a habit, but it takes knowledge to grow wealth. Our head of operation have told us tonight what it takes. There is no surer way to automate your wealth creation than to plug it into fintech ecosystem. That's what it is. There is no surer way to automate your wealth creation than to plug yourself into fintech ecosystem. I listened with rapt attention all he said here today. Some of you that have 10 bank apps in your phone, you guys are retail users. Some of us make boosts. Yes, OPay today, OPay does, my goodness, OPay does, maybe you don't know, I need to tell you, OPay does 9 trillion naira every single day. OPay has 50 million customers. On daily basis, OPay have 10 million dedicated customers. Every 24 hours, every second, 60 seconds, OPay is processing transaction of 2.7 million. That's all of you, all of us are retail users. So you can imagine with the volume that OPay does, if you are a shareholder in OPay, gentlemen and ladies, with what OPay does, when they declare profit, you can imagine if you're a shareholder in OPay. That is how it is. Today we are talking about Laslas. It's as if some of you need to be started. Some of you need to be patted on the shoulder. It's as if we are begging you. It's as if we're begging you to. There is no. The truth is that every day we create the future we want to see. Every day is an opportunity to create the future you want to see. That's the way it is. When you see him with $10 and ask him. That's the way it is. Don't envy the harvest of the rich. I tell people, don't envy the harvest of the rich. Envy their planting. Envy their planting. God, this car, Mercedes-Benz Maybach 2017 model, I claim it. I claim it. You go claim and they go beat you on top. That's what it is. It's not my portion, but it has to be somebody's portion. That's what it is. So you create the future you want to see deliberately, gentlemen and ladies. Today, we are offering equity, and it's affordable. With 100,000 naira, the company out of sheer magnanimity is giving you 250 units of shares, telling you, okay, can start from here, build from here. That's the way it is. Nobody is doing it, though. No platform is doing it. There are over 500 fintech companies in Nigeria. None of them is doing what we're doing. That's what it is. So if you can't tell us we're doing well, we need to tell ourselves we're doing well. Like I just told you, the window is very slim. We can't democratize equity forever, gentlemen and ladies. You're a dreamer. Don't be a dreamer. Don't think, then go there, this November, then go there till December. By next 3 weeks, we might tell you we're no longer selling shares. That's the way it is. We cannot democratize equity forever. You get my point? Sometimes, if those that refuse to grow, just leave them. So I don't know. I'm not even expecting question. I expect us tonight to be gingered. Let's go and sell your asset. If you have a wheelbarrow, sell your wheelbarrow. You have a smart TV, go and sell it. Get this equity tomorrow. Discomfort yourself today so that tomorrow you can pat yourself on the shoulder and say, fine, this is the kind of life I promised myself. You get my point? I don't expect your question. Go and sell any asset you need to sell. Go and sell the asset you need to sell today. Just have a small chunk of this equity now that it's available. Now that it is still available, just have a small chunk, so that by this time next year, when people are shouting, you will shout more because there's something, person will get money, and when they shout where? In my village, one person on the halal where? When you know the halal where, check your bank account. The bank account don't fat. So person in bank account they empty the two shout. So that's what it is. So gentlemen and ladies, it's an error to complain about Tinubu's government since 2023. The same government is still there, And interestingly, every day things are becoming wonderful. I don't want to say what, things are becoming wonderful. I get my point. So expecting things to turn a new leaf, expecting things to turn a new leaf while you sit down doing nothing is mirage. Doing things the same way, expecting different result is a sign of insanity. So only you can create the future you want to see. And we're giving you a canvas. We're giving a canvas now. Write what you want to get. By this time, by 31st of December, you have what it takes. You can decide how much you want to be richer. How rich I want to be. January last year, we sold these shares for 15 naira. For those who don't know, I'm here to inform you that January last year, by this, we are selling these shares for 15 naira. I see that was not enough. We moved to 200 naira. Now we are 250 naira. After 250, there's 300 though. There's 400. There'll be 500. There'll be 1,000. That's what it is. That is the way it is. Okay, gentlemen and ladies, let's have your question, please. Those that want to ask questions, if you think there are some areas that need clarity, you didn't understand, maybe the speaker was too fast, like myself, you want clarity, do feel free and all that. For the 100K premium package, the journey is this. You can start with 20K, start with 50K, but the destination should be 100K. And this year, we want to raise the bar a little bit higher in this ecosystem. We want to do what no company has done. Our intention is deliberate, we're intentional. We want to elite 100 persons, 100 Nigerians to exotic garnished with a 7 days masterclass training. Nobody has done it. You're getting my point. Maybe you don't know, traveling is an experience too. Traveling is part of education. And it's simple. It's very simple. 100,000 naira. With 100,000 naira, which should have been a precondition for you to now, it should have been an eligibility for you to buy more shares. 100,000 naira, the company is okay, fine. Instead of starting from the scratch, take this 250, build from there. I see that is not enough. The company also said from the same 100,000 naira, the way Nigeria is now, we want you to be alive and eat the fruit of this labor. We are also listening to the insurance policy. I see that is not enough. With 100,000 naira also, the company said, we understand where you're coming from. Those places you're coming from, where you buy airtime, you buy data, the company does not share profit with you. We value you. Let's start sharing our little profit with you. With that same 100,000 naira, the company said, okay, fine. You also stand the chance of having access to a cooperative where you can get interest-free loan and what have you. With that same 100,000, gentlemen and ladies, the company said, fine, as you go gaga in promoting our business, become a merchant, become an affiliate and all that, you stand the chance of qualifying for performance award monthly basis. Another sundry incentives that I cannot mention here. With that same 100,000 naira also, we are telling you also, we can expose you, educate, school you properly so that you can monetize your various social media handles. These are the things we're doing. Nobody has done it before in this space. Please. So those that have questions, please, let's entertain your question, please. Does anybody have question here? Yes, that's the flyer for the trip this year. And we're going to Qatar and Doha. Qatar and Singapore. I've not been there before. It will be quite an experience to be there. Some of us who have driven car, we know what it means when you're driving a car that is all expense paid. Company is giving to you. If you have traveled out of Nigeria, you know that kind of fulfillment that comes with somebody is telling you, come for all expense paid. It shows that your effort is being appreciated. It shows that your effort is being recognized. That's what it is. You're getting, and the thing is small. It's just very little, very little. 20 million naira. You are an affiliate to your market, you are a merchant. Just look for an investor that will do 20 million naira through you. You've just qualified. Just go and sleep. Besides the affiliate reward you have collected for bringing a person, just go and sleep. You can snore until that time we're traveling. Carry your bag and the rest of them. That's what it is. I want to tell you boldly, with my level of exposure, I never knew what air and port was. The first international exposure was through network marketing. That's what it is. The first time I left I'm a village man. The first time I left my place, it was network marketing that gave me that experience. So you two can be the same. You two can have the same experience too. Okay? So all this thing is happening. We have so much we're doing this year. Those things he showed you, whether you participate or don't participate, they will all become green this year. I'm telling you boldly. All those things he showed you, the ones that are yellow, the ones that are red, whether you contribute based on our IGR, those items gradually, like film, Nigeria movie, they will all turn to green. But it's good to participate. It's good to buy the shares, because as those things turn green, gentlemen, like this, the shares you have appreciate more. That is what we're saying, sir. That is what you say. Anybody that is not invested or saved, wahala will carry him. That's what it is. Any money that is not invested in something meaningful, one wahala will carry him. It's either use them, somewhere, no. You get my point? So let's have a question. If you allow me, I go talk too much. I talk too much. I make career talk at it. Don't mind me. Let's have your questions, please. Does anybody here seated here that want to get clarity in one area or the other? With respect to what Mr. Goodluck has presented tonight, especially with the premium package and the incentives and the award and the international destinations. And I did mention, I failed to say this. Individuals can organize a seminar. Management will send delegates to come and superintend that program and call it for you. It's another way to also qualify for these incentives. Somebody is thinking of setting up a seminar in you. The person is just playing, okay, I'm going to bankroll the seminar. This so date. Can you send somebody for me to come and talk to? That is what we're doing. We want to help you grow this. We want to help you grow your business and make money. Also get other incentives. So this thing is not. It's not really about when management does seminar. You're in your location and you're comfortable. Those in your area don't know about this business. If you don't tell them, somebody else will tell them. Maybe since there's no question, I need to share this testimony before I draw the curtain. Where I'm living in Port Harcourt, that was 7 years ago. I'm a winner. This fellow just parked in. When he parked in, I saw in his car, on the windscreen, I saw this winner sticker. And that time there was a company I was promoting then. I told my wife, I said, my wife, this guy, a church person, maybe that's not a winner's person. No. My wife's okay. We saw the sticker on his car. I'm a winner. You know that I wanted to share an opportunity with that guy. I was dilly-dallying. I said, this guy just parking, no matter, make a rest, make it look like I said on my own, I ain't too much. While I was microwaving the idea, dilly-dallying for 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 3rd week, 4th week. Eventually, the day I made up my mind to share that opportunity with that my next door neighbor, the next flats. And the guy told me, I just signed up 3 days ago. My secretary in the office signed me up. Guess what? That guy did $2,000. That project was a forest project, $2,000. That was how I lost whooping $200, 10% that would have gone to me that time. You get my point? That's what. So this is a scenario where if you're trying to do big manism, network marketing is a lifestyle. Oh, that's what it is. It's a lifestyle. If you're ashamed of your business, then your business will be ashamed of you. My bishop said it is foolishness to be shameful of what is gainful. So tell those around about this opportunity, because if you don't tell them, somebody else will tell them. That's what it is. So let's make noise about this brand. You get my point? Let's make noise about this brand. Let's build an ecosystem we can call our own. That's what it is. Okay? It appears there's no question there. Since there's no question, Mr. Goodluck, I want to salute you for taking your time to do a perfect job tonight. Absence of question means that your delivery was seamless, your delivery was understandable, your delivery was all-encompassing. There is no gray area. So I want to salute you. Gentlemen and ladies, this is 9:15. In the absence of question, contribution, suggestion, I think it's been a wonderful time. I want to thank you all for showing up tonight. And we'll meet again tomorrow for another section of our training. The idea is this: tell those around there about Laslas. If you don't tell them, someone else will tell them. So this meeting comes to a close. Have a wonderful night rest until meet tomorrow. Good night, gentlemen and ladies.
Good night.